everybody. Welcome to We Are Sheep. We are your co-hosts. I am Kriss.
I'm Slater.
And this week we're kind of going to keep an open topic, but the main kind of overall theme of our episode is now what?
Yep. So last week we kind of went over kind of our testimonies and what brought us to faith, kind of our journey somewhat up to this point.
Mm-hmm.
And the main thing I guess we're going to talk about today is so there's your testimony, you've come to church, you're reading the Bible, you're
doing all
you maybe joined a small group or something like that, or maybe you just aren't fitting in, but that's kind of what we're going for right now is well, I'm here, now what?
Yeah.
So, now what?
Yeah, so now what? I mean, I think, I remember when we first started at our church, where it was we had joined and we were pretty consistent, we were going, and then you had joined worship band, but it was still quite a while, I think, before we joined, a life group. Or at least a few months.
Yeah, because we started in February, so
yeah.
I think they were right in the middle of life groups.
Yeah.
And then summer usually is kind of just a break time because people, I don't know, with kids and everything like that, might have summertime sports and they don't really have another time to meet during the week. So
yeah.
I think did we end up doing a group
that
following fall?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I highly recommend that. So if you are not part of a life group yet in your church, join one. And
if your church doesn't, ask your pastor or ask a leader at the church and say, and if there isn't one, that could be a good opportunity for you to reach out and say, I'd like to meet.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not comfortable hosting, but maybe ask around, poke around, see if someone would want to host, or maybe you could just open it up at the church and you could just meet there. And
Yep. Well, that's the first time we hosted a life group. It wasn't at our house because our house didn't have enough space. I wasn't quite comfortable with doing it there. I was willing to host, but we didn't have a space, and so we hosted it at the church. And so then we've even had, we've done a lot of different life groups, and there's so many different options and different studies, and you can even have informal ones. My hope for this summer is to have one where we just sit outside by the campfire and just chit chat.
Yep.
Life groups can be anything. The point of it is doing life together.
Yeah, like the one we did, our young adult group.
Yes, that was so fun.
Where it was we had a meal and played board games and then kind of did a little devotional study and had a decent group of people.
Yeah.
I think that was cool.
That one was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing that one.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, we've done, that's my first thing. So you're a Christian, you believe, your testimony is there, and then the next thing I guess, believe you should do, get involved. So join a life group, sign up to help out with something, greeting team, nursery, shout out to those people. Anything with Sunday school or kids ministry. If you are willing and ready to volunteer your time, guarantee you any church you're at will find something for you to do.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Especially the children's ministry type things, they always would, I'm guessing more people on a rotation always helps, I think.
Yep.
Or, same at our church, cleaning, mowing teams, something like that. The more people on a rotation just is better, I think, for everybody, unless someone really enjoys it. Then, I guess,
Yeah, it's nice, and I highly recommend that. And I think that's something that everybody should do if you're a part of a church, is just get involved with your church. I know that we're all really, really busy and we have so much on our plates, but hear me when I tell you that time that you spend at the church is going to fill your cup.
Yeah, and not even necessarily within the church too, is just making those connections and relationships with other believers and like, I mean, especially if you're new into the faith and all that kind of stuff, it's good to get some people that are like a little ahead of you in life and like down the road a little ways. Mm-hmm. Both, I mean, age-wise or just, I don't know, maturity-wise, I guess. And, I mean, when you're first starting, you're just gonna have those struggles of like, and questions of like, I read this and it's just like, I don't quite get what we're going for right here, but it's definitely those people that have been on their walk for a little longer have probably some sort of experience or know somebody with that's been through it or have been through it and or going through it. And,
yeah, I think one of the best things is that when we were kind of still new to the church is there were two couples in particular that had been going, I mean, they've been in churches their whole lives and they were super involved with our church and they kind of took us under their wing and really helped us through and answered our questions, and we ended up joining a life group with one of them that was at their house, and that ended up being amazing. And they're all still great friends of ours to this day, and they were, I mean, I just really loved having someone that I could talk to and ask questions that I wouldn't be like embarrassed to ask. You know?
And that could be a tough thing too, like just thinking back on like where I came from is like I was like in my early mid-20s and I hadn't really ever been to church in any meaningful way since I was 4 or 5 years old, I think. So I just didn't know things, like especially when I got into the worship team and we were doing hymns and I started singing a little bit. It's like a kid that grows up in church knows all those things like the back of their hand, but I didn't grow up with any of that, so it was an interesting curveball, I'd say, to try and, I mean, even asking questions just felt odd because it's like it felt like something I should know. But I really had no way of knowing because I never did it. I never grew up doing it, so.
Yeah. I had kind of a similar experience, like, because I jumped into helping with children's ministry pretty quickly. And I would go to teach a lesson that I didn't know. And so I'd have to like quickly like flip through and like read the lesson for the day because I didn't know the lesson. And so that's where I learned a lot of my Bible stories because I didn't know them. We were like, because we had been in and out of church and like, you know, kind of like we had talked about last week, is I didn't have any consistency, and so I was getting like the hits and the classics again and again and again, and so there were a lot of stories that I just had not heard, and so then I'm trying to teach kids these stories and I didn't know them.
Which can be a really tough thing too, because I'm like, you're going through, kids are going to have questions because you're teaching them a concept of something like, I mean, even something like Noah's Ark, I guess. They're just going to be like, they're going to have some wild questions, and I mean, you're teaching the kids, you kind of need to know, and I mean, have an idea of the answer at least, kind of to, not just be like, well, I don't know, look it up, I don't know.
Ask pastor.
No, there's always times for those types of things too, but like in children's ministry, I feel like, I don't know, there should be questions that we should be able to answer, I guess.
Well, and I think the one good thing about children's ministry is like, because the kids ask so many questions, and because like because the material's for kids obviously, so it's like easier to learn. And so I was learning alongside of them. And then I would, like, go home and read the passages.
Yeah.
And then I'd, like, learn more behind the story and behind the why. And then, so then, you know, when I'd go back the next week or whenever, we could kind of talk about it more in depth.
Yeah.
And I think the kids like that because we do, like, a little review.
Yeah.
Now I'm pretty good. I know, at least for, like, right now I do toddler room. So that level, that one's a little easier. They don't ask as many questions. Or if they do, it's silly ones. Like, what's my favorite dinosaur?
Yeah. I mean, every once in a while you'll get an interesting question thrown in there that will make you think.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of the cool thing of, like, I mean, our whole concept, what now? Now that you're getting involved, you're going to get some of those questions, and it's going to get you digging in a little bit more and just get you into the Word and get you actually engaged. So now that you're engaged with a group or toddlers or any kind of activity, that'll hopefully open more doors to, I mean, get in your Bible. It's going to open doors for you to meet people, and those people are going to ask questions. And I mean, as you keep going like that, people notice a difference. And the Spirit working in you and moving in you. And I don't know, sometimes when you're early in that walk and someone asks a question, it can be like, I don't know, tough to answer because you don't, I mean, you might not know. I mean, you're never going to know everything, but
right.
Yeah.
I think an important thing though is when it comes to your faith, when it comes to reading the Bible, whatever, there's no such thing as a dumb question. Okay?
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes you'll think it's kind of silly or whatever, but there's no such thing as a dumb question because whatever your question is leading you to dig deeper into your faith.
Yep.
Okay? And I also think if somebody asks you a question and you don't know the answer, it is okay to say, you know what, I'm not sure, let me go find out.
Yeah, let me get back to you.
Let me
ask somebody and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is totally okay. Yep. I give you permission. It's fine.
As if you needed your
You are allowed to do that. Well, because I think a lot of times people think that they need to have the answer right that second.
Yeah.
And you don't have to.
I feel like
I mean, even with little kids, like, they understand.
Yeah. It kind of feels like just that's our culture right now. It's like,
yeah,
you need to know everything and we need to know it right now. And if you don't, then we're just going to blow by and we're going to find the next best person.
Right.
Which, I mean, the story of Jesus picking his disciples, he didn't exactly pick the top dog number one draft picks, you would say, but maybe the number one draft pick for, I don't know, say the Cleveland Browns or something like that, but
okay, get on with your analogy here.
I don't even really know where I was going with that, but he didn't pick people that knew everything. They were far from it, even up till Jesus plainly said, like, hey, I'm gonna die, like, soon.
And they still didn't.
And they're just like, wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys, I literally just told you, I spelled it out as plainly as I possibly could, and you still don't get it.
Yeah.
And even after, they still didn't get it.
No, they didn't understand. Like, he had told them word for word exactly what was happening, and it just went whoop.
Yeah, and like, they read the prophecies, they knew everything.
Yeah.
They knew that, but it was just that, I don't know, that time that they had their own expectations of what the Messiah was going to be, and they built that up, and it was standing right in front of them, and they didn't even realize it. And then even when they did realize it, they still thought that he was gonna, I don't know, pull out his sword and send down light.
A flaming sword or something, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is, like, God doesn't expect you to be perfect. Ever. No. Especially early in your faith. He He doesn't expect perfection.
No.
He doesn't want perfection, I don't think. We can't be perfect. The only perfect person was Jesus.
He wants you to strive towards that, I think. He doesn't want you to stay where you are.
He doesn't want you to be, that's where they talk about being Christ-like.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't want you to be Christ. He wants you to be Christ-like.
Yeah, well, he already knows that you're not going to be, but...
Yeah. So it's okay to make mistakes and to ask questions and to learn and to, you know, it's like Slater said, like, he called the disciples and he wasn't calling, you know, the richest people or the best dressed people. He was calling tax collectors and prostitutes and fishermen.
Yep.
Like what that society considered the lowest of the low. Yep. That is who he called to be his closest disciples.
Yep, and he told all those top dogs that he didn't come for that. He came to heal the sick.
Yep.
So, yeah, he just, most times in like terms of leadership and all that kind of stuff, he's going to pick the person that you would least expect, I guess. Like, he's never going to pick somebody that knows everything, the top dog. It's always going to be the one that doesn't have it all together or just is messed up. And I was reading in a devotional and it said something about that, of like he picks those people because there's a little bit more of like a humbleness to them.
That makes sense.
Because like they are, like people that are like up can be like pretty confident in what they do.
Yeah.
I guess. And it's very confident, maybe not the most humble of people because they kind of know what they're doing, and or at least they think they know what they're doing, and they might not take God's leading, but they think that it's their own doing. And people that are lower, or at least lower in position, they'll have some humbleness to them, and like it is God spoken.
Right.
I guess.
No, that makes sense. It was funny as you were saying that, I was like, I don't think I ever know what I'm doing. I don't think, I'm very kind of like, go with the flow, let it happen, kind of see what happens in life. So I know, I see where you're going with it.
It's kind of just like, let God lead the way.
Always.
Let go and let God.
Yep. You know, and it's, sometimes it's hard to let go and let God too.
Yep.
Like I went out yesterday and I prayed and I cried and I talked to God and I just had like a really good conversation with him, and I'm I'm kind of like, I'm free, I'm whatever, I go with the flow, but also like in that there's a certain level of control I like to have with it. And so like this, I like to control the circumstances and make sure everything, you know, is the way I need it, in the order I need it. And so,
and God's just looking down and laughing at you like, yeah, that's funny.
And I heard that loud and clear yesterday when I was praying, and I was like, okay, like I hear you loud and clear. I gotta stop doing what I'm doing. And so I prayed and I said, God, I can't do this on my own. I need you. I need your help. I just need you. And man, it was a really powerful prayer.
Yeah.
And I felt him in that moment, and it was just, he knows. That's the thing too, guys, is God knows every desire of your heart. He knows what you're going through. He knows what your thoughts are. He knows your feelings. As I told our youth group kids, he knows and every single hair on your head. Okay? Our youth group kids thought that was silly. But when you think about that God knows you so much and loves you so much, that he knows every tiny little detail. Like, I don't even know how many hairs I have on my head.
Mm-hmm.
God knows that about you. He loves you so much that he knows all things. And so when we pray and when we're talking about our next steps and what we do now, and we're trying to figure out where to go in our lives or what to do or what I need to do about this or do about that or whatever, pray to God, because he knows you and he loves you. And even if you can't say the words out loud for whatever you need, he knows it in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I kind of went off on a tangent there.
No, that's okay.
But
yeah, I think in those times he's just waiting for you to call out to him and seek him.
Oh, definitely.
Because he already knows what you need. He's just waiting for you to say it.
Yep.
And yeah, just lean into him. And yeah.
Yeah. I mean, God is just so amazing, guys. It's crazy sometimes. And he loves each and every single one of us so much. And he wants us to love him and to know him in the same way.
It's a really cool thing too, is like, he doesn't need us for anything.
Mm-mm.
He wants us.
Yeah.
He wants all of us. Because he doesn't need anything.
No.
But he chooses to seek after all of us. Even the stray one out of the 99, he goes and gets that one.
Yeah.
Because it's in our title. We are sheep.
We are sheep.
And we are very silly sheep that will wander off.
Yeah.
And he knows when we do, and he's going to come right back after us and bring us back.
I always like to joke, like with the parable of the 99 and the lost sheep. Like, that sheep may not have even known it was wandering away from the flock.
Yep.
Like, it might have just been chasing after a butterfly, having a fun old time, doing its thing. And then it turned around and the flock was gone.
Yep.
And the flock might notice, and probably does not notice, that sheep is gone. But the shepherd does.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. The shepherd knows when we wander, even if we don't know.
Yep.
And he comes after us every single time.
Mm-hmm.
Without fail. It's like if you've seen that video that goes around on Facebook or TikTok or whatever sometimes where people are getting, I think it's a lamb, or getting a lamb out of a ditch or something. And then they get it out and then it hops and then goes right into another one. Like, it's God with us.
It's sheep or deer or anything like that.
Yes.
But it's the same concept of like, I just helped you, and then, or like even, I mean, I've helped a goat out of a fence one time.
Yeah.
And because he had his head stuck in a fence and his horn stuck, I'm like, okay. Well, I wrestled him out and got him back in his pen. And I walked 10 feet one way, walked back the other way, and his head was right back into the fence.
Yep.
I'm like, sometimes I wonder, I'm like, how many times am I that goat?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's plenty of times I'm like, I'll be going along in life and I'll do the same thing and God pulls me out of it. I'm like, oh yeah, thanks for that. And then it could be a day, a couple weeks later, and I find myself doing the same thing. It's just like, man, why am I doing that?
Yeah. So that's the thing, like, if that gives you any hope, or, I don't know, like, we are 8 consistent years at least into our walk with our faith and with Jesus, and we still struggle.
Yep.
Like, we still wander off chasing butterflies or falling into the same, getting our heads stuck in the fence, you know? I mean, even 8 years in, we still struggle.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, like we had said at the beginning, like, that's why it's important to get involved in your church.
Mm-hmm.
Find friends, find a person, find your pastor, find someone in your church.
Yep.
That you can connect with.
Yep.
To be, your sister, your brother, your father, your uncle, whatever, in Christ.
Yep.
Just to have a person that would walk alongside you in your faith and guide you.
Yeah, because you need some motivation and encouragement in it too. And,
absolutely.
Accountability, like.
Yeah.
Those people will see when you're kind of straying off too, and.
Yep.
If you make strong connections, they'll notice that and say, hey, you doing all right? Can I pray for you? Do you need anything? Like, type of things like that. And that's just those kinds of people that have been really nice and in life to, when you're down in those pits, and they kind of just lift you up, and they'll be there and just ask you questions, what they can do for you, and yeah.
I think you'll find that if you reach out to some of those people, they'll be some of the best friends and family you'll ever have.
Yep.
I do not. I can say with absolute certainty that we would not be where we are today in our lives if it was not for our church family.
Yeah.
The friends and the people that we have met are just, they are family.
Yeah. Yeah. So a thing I think of is like, there's people out there that maybe don't go to church because they kind of had that family, or at least they thought they had that family, and then they get hurt by those people.
Yeah.
And then they kind of blame it all on God.
Yeah. It's not God.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes God's people are God's people, and we slip.
Yeah.
And sometimes Christians aren't the most Christianly.
Yeah.
And
that's the thing too, is like, it's supposed to be. They'll know we are Christians by our love.
Yep.
And I don't know that people don't see that anymore. Which is disheartening.
Yeah. No, we just really need a whole lot more of that. We need a whole lot more people loving on each other.
Yep.
And if you say that you're a Christian, man, love your neighbor.
Period.
Like, maybe not like your literal neighbor, but love them too.
Yeah.
Like, that person over in the pew sitting by themselves, love them. Love your everything neighbor.
Yeah.
Like,
insert thing here.
Yeah, we aren't them. Yeah, we aren't called to judge people. We are called to love people.
Yep.
And go tell the world about Jesus and the good news of he went in the grave. 3 days later, he came out.
Yep. He died for us.
Mm-hmm.
To save us from our sin.
Yep.
And the only thing he asked of us is to love God and love our neighbor as ourselves.
Yep.
So just love.
Yeah.
It's all love, man.
Mm-hmm.
But seriously, that's all. He wants us to love God and love other people, and then go tell people about it.
Yep.
Like, that's what he wants from us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I think we covered, so what now? We covered go tell the world about him.
Yep.
Love people.
Yep.
Get involved in a group.
Yep.
Get involved in your church. Get involved in a church.
Mm-hmm.
Donate your time, even though that's tough. But donate your time to something you really believe in.
Yeah.
And, yeah, any talents or anything like that, just donate those. Get involved in groups. Get involved in your church.
Mm-hmm.
And just, yeah, find some friends, and you'll learn as you grow with them that they aren't even really friends anymore, they just become family.
Yep.
And what's better than that?
Yep. We also touched on, don't forget to keep praying. Don't forget to read your Bible. Read your Bible every single day, even
Read
if
your
it's
Bible.
Even if it's a verse at a time. Go on the YouVersion Bible app. Pick a plan.
Yeah. There's thousands of those.
Yeah.
And they can span from a couple days to read the
year.
Bible in a year.
Yeah.
Or you can read the New Testament, you can read the Old Testament, you can read each individual book out of the Testament, you can read the Gospels. I've done several different plans of those, and they're all kind of a little different and with a different devotional.
Yes, and if you don't know where to start in the Gospels.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. Start there.
Yep.
That's the best place.
In the beginning.
Or in the beginning.
Open it up. Page 1.
Sometimes the Old Testament can get a little wordy.
Yeah.
It gets a little much, but it's still good. It's still important.
Yeah.
But
I think the Gospels, the good news of Christ, I think is a good starting point for anybody.
Yeah.
And then, kind of just make your way from there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's all we kind of have for today.
I think so, yeah.
Very good.
Good job.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate every single person that listens, likes, comments, subscribes, whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Just thank you for listening to two weirdos sitting in their basement talking. Well, yeah.
Yep.
Once again, we are sheep.
We are sheep.
Bah.
Bah ha 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 ha.
I'm Kriss.
And I'm Slater.
And we'll see you next week.